Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're doing a really fascinating teardown of the physical spaces we interact with basically all the time. We're going to look closely at how everyday, seemingly mundane operational choices in quick service restaurants or QSRs are actually precision engineered to drive profitability. We constantly look at balance sheets and earnings reports, but today we are quite literally looking at the furniture.
Think about the last time you grabbed a quick bite at a fast food joint. You walk in, grab your tray, sit down, and, well, if you really pay attention, you'll notice those chairs aren't exactly recliners, right? They're hard, they aren't plush, and they certainly aren't cozy. Have you ever actually asked yourself why that is? Why would a hospitality business intentionally provide seating that isn't all that comfortable?
Okay, let's dive into this, because this is where we need to switch from thinking like a hungry consumer to thinking like a retail investor. The lack of plush seating in these places is absolutely not an accident, and it is for sure not bad design. It's actually a literal masterclass in operational efficiency. Every single piece of plastic and metal in that dining room is working overtime for the bottom line.
Here is our roadmap for evaluating these operational efficiency gains today. We'll cover the hidden ROI of chairs, the volume and turnover play, lowering OpEx, CapEx savings, the psychology of speed, and finally, what this all means for your bottom line.
All right, starting with Section 1, the hidden ROI of chairs, focusing on utility over comfort.
When you're looking at franchise stocks, remember that their physical spaces are active, margin-expanding tools. As our source material puts it, this seating is a deliberate design choice rooted in psychology and operational efficiency. Now, it might sound completely counterintuitive to actively avoid making your customer comfortable, but by prioritizing utility over a plush seat, management is essentially forcing that chair to do a highly specific job for their operational flow.
Moving right along to Section 2, volume and the turnover play, where it's all about maximizing customer flow.
Look, restaurant margins are notoriously thin. We all know that. So how do fast food restaurants solve this? Volume. Volume is the entire name of the game here. They aren't trying to sell you a high-margin four-course meal. They rely almost entirely on continuous, rapid customer turnover. The faster people can move through that physical space, buy a meal, and leave, the healthier the balance sheet is going to look.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the time frame, 15 to 20 minutes. A hard plastic or metal chair is actually perfectly comfortable for exactly 15 to 20 minutes. And guess what? That is the exact average time it takes a customer to eat a burger and fries. The physical comfort of the chair literally expires right at the exact moment the customer finishes their food.
If you try to hang around and camp out with your laptop past that 20-minute mark, your lower back is going to start complaining. This is entirely by design. By making lingering literally a pain, the restaurant guarantees those seats constantly free up for new, paying customers. It's a massive boost to their turnover velocity.
Okay, on to Section 3, lowering OpEx through easy maintenance and mitigating everyday risks.
High turnover is fantastic, sure, but high volume brings massive foot traffic and, inevitably, a lot of spills. And those are direct OpEx risks. Just look at the stark contrast here. Hard surfaces like wood, molded plastic, or metal, any staff member can wipe those down in 3 seconds flat. But an upholstered chair in a high-volume joint is an absolute nightmare. They trap crumbs, they soak up smells, and if someone spills a soda, you are looking at a costly, time-consuming deep clean.
So, the crucial point here is how these super durable materials protect a franchise's bottom line from rapid depreciation. Think about it. Hundreds of people use these daily. Hard chairs survive being dragged around, bumped into, and essentially abused way longer than fabric or leather ever could. That means the franchise owner isn't constantly bleeding cash trying to repair or replace their interior assets.
Which brings us to Section 4, CapEx savings and capital efficiency.
We have to look at the initial investment and the daily labor savings here, too. Buying hard chairs in bulk for a brand new location is incredibly cheap. Huge financial win right off the bat. But the efficiency keeps paying dividends even after the doors lock for the night. Because these things are lightweight and have stackable designs, staff can move them out of the way in seconds. That drastically reduces labor costs and time spent when they're mopping the floors at the end of a long shift.
Let's move to Section 5, the psychology of speed and subconscious branding.
It's not just about the physical realities of the chairs, though. The environment is doing some profound psychological work on us, too. Think about the cues you get at a fine dining restaurant. Soft lighting, deep, plush booths. Your brain immediately registers a slow down and relax vibe. Fast food hits you with the exact opposite. Bright lights, loud colors, and hard seating. Subconsciously, that combination screams speed and efficiency.
And this brilliantly illustrates how a physical environment effectively programs our behavior to align perfectly with the company's volume goals. The room itself is literally telling you, eat, enjoy your food, and move on with your day. We receive the message loud and clear. We finish up, we exit, and boom, another table opens up.
Finally, Section 6, the bottom line for retail investors evaluating these physical assets.
Let's tie this all directly back to shareholder value. It's a clear, highly logical flow showing how a simple seating choice addresses the core problem of thin margins. Step 1. Management picks utility and durability over customer comfort. Step 2. That specific choice drives sky-high customer turnover while slashing both operational and capital expenses. Step 3. All of that continuous flow and cost mitigation comes together to maximize the QSR's profitability.
So I want to leave you with a quick thought experiment. Next time you're evaluating a QSR stock, or hey, even just walking into one to grab a quick lunch, ask yourself, is their physical environment actively driving their bottom line? Try to look at the franchise furniture not just as a hungry consumer looking for a comfy seat, but as a leading indicator of management's operational efficiency. Are they designing for comfort, or are they designing for volume? The answer is going to tell you everything you need to know about their strategy. Keep learning, keep analyzing, and I'll see you in the next explainer.